Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Karen. So you probably clicked on this video because you are a lash artist or you want to become a lash artist, or maybe you know somebody or you're just curious. So this is my mom and five boys channel. I do have 6 boys now, but I am a lash artist now. So I wanted to also jump on here because my kids are just non wanting to be in videos anymore. So I'm like, I want to keep uploading some content for you guys. And so this is my life. This is what I'm currently doing and what I'm focusing on. So I was like, why won't I go ahead and just post something? But, anyways, I wanted to come on here and just talk about some lash artist must haves, because I know that a lot of you, if you're a beginner or you're wanting to, or you took a course, there's certain things that you probably don't know that you must have. And so I wanted to bring it up on here so that you can have an idea if you're a beginner or you want to take a course on what you must have as a beginner lash artist. So most of the things do come as after you take that course. Then you start to realize, oh, I need this and I need that. And they may mention some of these things in your lash course, because not all lash courses provide a lot of these things and you have to pay it out of pocket. So a lash bed, you don't necessarily need a lash bed. I know there's some lash artists who lash on their bed, they lash on their couch, they lash on a recliner, they lash on top of many things. But remember, the comfort of your client is your priority. They're going to be lying down for 4, 6+ hours, depending if you're a beginner. The comfort of your client should be, there's 2 things that you're going to want to invest in: is your lash products, what glue, what lashes, tweezers that you're using. And the second thing would be the comfort, not just for yourself, but also for your clients. Because remember, they're going to be the ones lying down for X amount of hours. And you want to make sure that they have the best experience they can possibly have with you so that they can keep coming back. So number one would be a lash bed, and it doesn't have to be a lash bed, but it can be a recliner. A lot of lash artists use recliners. So just see what works for you, but at the same time, make it, don't lash. I wouldn't recommend you lashing on your personal bed, okay? Because that's just, weird in a way. Um, you don't want clients coming laying on your bed. They may not come back. So just saying. The second thing that I would definitely recommend you invest in would be a ring light. So it can be, I have a moonlight, and if I find a picture of the items that I have purchased, I will definitely pop them up on the screen for you guys just to have an idea. The second thing, like I said, would be a ring light. And you want to be careful as well not to purchase just any light, because there's some lights like lamps that just throw off like that warm heat, and you don't want to be sweating and you don't want your clients to be getting hot. So an LED light would be good to have, and that is very important. You don't want to be lashing just depending on either the daylight or the light in your room, because if you don't have a bright enough light, you're going to be straining your eyes. And trust me when I say this, it is not the best feeling, because at the end of your service, your eyes are going to be hurting. You're going to feel like you haven't slept in days, just very, very bad. So a light, any light, LED light, doesn't have to be an expensive light, but something that gets the job done while you get some funds up to upgrade to a better lighting. So the other thing that you're going to need is barbicide. Barbicide is one important thing that you're going to need to disinfect your lash tools. Okay, so the antibacterial soap is the first thing you're going to need to be able to clean it, and then the barbicide. So the fourth thing that I also would want to mention that is not given to you in the lash training that I recommend you do have is a glue storage. So you want to be able to have your glue stored in a sealed tight container to ensure the lifelong of your lash glue. So most glues 3 to 4 weeks. Anything past 4 weeks after opening it is not considered fresh glue. It may still work, but the cyanacrylate in the glue may not be as fresh. So if you have it outside of the container, the life of the glue may not last you 3 to 4 weeks because you just have it out in either the, close to the sun, the window, your air conditioner, if it's cold or if it's hot, just the temperature changing, versus if you have it in a sealed container, it's in there, whatever temperature is in there, that's what it is. Okay. So the other thing I would recommend you invest in would be a chair. And again, if I find the picture, I would post a picture that I currently use now. At the beginning, I was using like an office chair, just a square seat. It didn't really have much cushion. I want to say it was like about 20 bucks at Walmart. And it was just the worst thing after my lash service. My bottom would be hurting, my back would be hurting because there's like literally not enough cushion. I did buy a seating pad that kind of helped, but then it didn't, because I was always finding myself scooting up towards like the edge of the chair, just so that I can see over my client versus like hunching over. And that's one thing that you don't want. You don't want to be hunched over. You want to be comfortable. You want your posture to be in a good position so that you don't have that back pain at the end of the service. So that is another must have. Like I said, you're gonna want to invest in your client's comfort and in your comfort as well, because you're going to be the one there lashing for so many hours, and then your client is going to be laying down for so many hours. So comfort is key. The other thing that I will recommend, and this goes back to the lash bed, I would also recommend that you invest on a head pillow. I know there's some lash artists that prefer not to use a lash pillow, but again, I feel personally that a lash pillow just kind of puts your client's head where they're not completely flat on the bed, if that makes sense. So they do have some comfort like on their, for their neck, and their head, so they're just not laying on the flat surface. You can also invest on a leg pillow, a rising leg pillow, and back pillows. It just depends. You will figure out what works best for your clients as you start getting clients. The other thing I would recommend is a lash bed foam topper. I believe that's what it's called. So like a memory foam topper for your lash bed. That would be like on the top of my list when I got the lash bed, because again, the client's comfort, you want them to be as comfortable as possible, especially in the beginning of your lash career where you're taking, a couple of hours and they're just laying there. You want them to be comfortable. You don't want their back to start hurting, because I use a massage bed, so that is kind of hard to be laying there for X amount of hours. So definitely invest in foam topper, and layers of comfort on your bed are like key. So if you don't have a lash topper, a comforter, I'm losing my train of thought. Sorry. If you cannot afford to get a foam topper for your lash bed, you can use comforters, anything soft. You just lay on there and judge yourself based off, how you feel when you're laying on there and how potentially your clients are going to feel. Okay. So the other thing I would recommend is a lash tile storage box. So we use our lash tiles, our lashes, we put it on a tile, and then we're like, where do I store it? You definitely don't want to store it out in the open, because then you don't want debris, dust, and just stuff getting on the lashes. So a storage for your lashes, like call it a lash home, where you put all your lashes in there and they're covered up. So avoiding any dust, debris getting in there is key as well. The other thing I would highly recommend for your client would be blankets. I know sometimes it's like, what, blankets? Okay, yeah, have one or two blankets, clean blankets, every lash service. So if your client, they just need something on top of them, you have that available for your client as well. I've heard weighted blankets are um very good. I haven't bought one. I just found this out that there is such thing as a weighted blanket, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get me one. Maybe try it on myself first. That way I know what the client is gonna experience when I put it on them. So blankets is good to have as well. And the other thing I can um, say is a fan. You want to invest in a fan. I have a portable one. I want to say a cordless fan that I just clip onto my light, because sometimes you're gonna get hot, even if your room temperature is 71 or 72. You're gonna get hot. Like, you might get hot, whether it's your nerves that you just get nervous and you start feeling like you're getting hot flashes, or maybe you have a client that gets hot or has hot flashes. You want to make sure again that your client's comfort is A1. Okay. As far as having in your lash room that again your course may not provide or may not talk about, but it is important. And so there are other things that I can point out and mention, but as of for this video, I don't want to make it too long. I can do a part 2 to this video if you guys would like. Also, drop any questions or comments in the comment section down below. Feel free, to ask. Don't be shy. And I will go ahead and answer it on a separate video for you. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.